So I learned some really important things, and I think I got this from Joe Verdi, but I learned some very important things through the sale process. There are real keys to successful selling. Number one, clear goals. What is it that you want to accomplish? Not just generically, but very specifically, what is it that you want to accomplish? In getting those clear goals, we have to know not only how do we get there, but what are the ingredients in getting there. For example, if I want to sell 15 cars, how many opportunities do I need to present myself with? How many demo drives do I need to have? How many write-ups do I need to have? How many phone contacts do I need to have, right? How many prospects that need to be put in front of me in order for me to have that career that I'm looking for? We also have to have continuing education. Education alone is not preparation, right? The key is in education, every time you gain a new tool, you gain a new skill set, it's actually learning how to use that tool to your benefit. Skills. When we talk about skills, right? The skills advantages are in taking that one introduction level and preparing that so that you become skillful at it. And we're going to talk about that a little bit further. Discipline. You know, we had a conversation yesterday specifically with a salesperson. And one of the things we talked about was you can't pick and choose which steps you're going to decide to follow. You can't pick and choose how you're going to do the greeting, how you're going to make a customer feel warm and sincere. You cannot pick and choose which ones you decide that you're going to follow. You have to be disciplined day in and day out, not only with your goals, with what you're going to be educating yourself on, improving your skill sets. It takes discipline. When you come in the morning, what's the first thing you do? If it's grab a cup of coffee and sit down and stare at your computer, is that helping your skills, right? So you have to be disciplined, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. And I think the last thing, and it falls last on the list, but it's certainly not the last in terms of its importance, and that's integrity. You have to have integrity. Integrity is, I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do, right? Integrity is, I'm going to do my follow-up not because someone's looking over my shoulder, but because I know it presents a value to me. And I know for my customers, it provides a value for them as well. Everyone follow that so far? So what we're going to talk about is, and I really believe that, and there's a reason why I put that arrow in there for success is all about choices. It's really all about your choices. Whether or not you're successful is directly dependent on the effort that you put in. I forget who actually said this, but I mentioned this to you before. If you want to keep getting what you're getting, keep giving what you're giving, right? So it is all about choices. And I put on here for a reason because I think it's worth discussing, although you really have to go deeper than this 30,000-foot level. What choice will you make? Will you decide in a pressure moment to take the path of least resistance? Will you decide in a pressure moment that you cannot do what it is that you know to do? Will you decide in a pressure moment that the easiest path to solve this problem is to jump right to price? That's really what it comes down to, is all these are choices. I put on the board, and I think this is really relevant. You do not miss sales because of a few dollars. You miss sales because of a few words. Let me repeat it because I kind of mumbled. You don't miss sales because of a few dollars. You actually miss sales because of a few words. It's one or two key phrases, one or two key opportunities that present yourself with throughout a sale that you end up missing a sale. And hopefully as we go through this, we hope, well, hope is a bad word, isn't it? We're going to develop the skill sets necessary to produce the results that you want. I'm going to go back to the first page real quickly because it does require you to be disciplined. It does require you to invest in yourself through education. Okay? So let's talk about the warm-up. We're talking about specifically first impressions and greeting, building rapport and investigating. We like to call investigating our cornerstone, right? Because it's what the foundation of our relationship is.